you're looking for a home under 600,000, plenty big enough for the whole family, this Perry Homes in the North Sky subdivision in Celina is going to be a great option for you. A little bit of the details before we talk about how open this floor plan is and all about the community and area. It's a 4-bed, 3.5 bath, just a hair under 2,500 square feet. And look at that. As soon as you get through the front door, no problems getting furniture in through the house. So that's awesome. A little bit about this community. So you're in Celina, of course, but it's a little bit further south of the subdivision than Celina. So it's not as far from everything. Of course, this would be garage space and laundry. Well, I'm going to tell you about kind of the community as we walk around. Laundry here. So great community. Your tax rate's just a hair over 2%. So actually a really good tax rate here. And phase 2 just opened up in here. So again, this floor plan's 577 and coming through here, right? So you're about 8 to 10 minutes from the downtown Celina Square, probably about 15 minutes to HEB. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you know, some of the Celina communities can be 20, 25 minutes from, you know, nearest grocery store sometimes, at least HEB, that's a super popular one here. But like I said, this is a super open and big floor plan for everyone. Now, before I show you the primary bedroom, because it's pretty awesome, I love the tile in there. You're going to really love it. Let's check out your backyard after we browse through your kitchen. So you have plenty of counter space and stovetop. So great for entertaining here in this community. I like the backsplash in here. I really like the tile. Love how open this is. So all your cabinets and everything in here. Let me know what questions you have about this community, Celina or whatnot. They have lots, 40, 50, 55, and 65-foot lots. There's several different builders. This one, like I said, is the Perry Homes. It does have American Legend and Taylor Morrison. I have or am filming, depending when you watch this one. There will be some other floor plans by other builders up on the channel. So be sure to check those out and subscribe. Also have a super detailed breakdown video about this neighborhood. Everything you need to know: commutes, schools, cost, HOA, about the builders, floor plans, who it's a good fit for, who's it not. Because, right, this is Perry Homes. They're a little bit higher end builder in the community. They're going to range, you know, like I said, this is their lower end 570. The model next door I'm about to film is in the 7s and over 3,000 square feet. But overall, homes in this community are going to be, you know, 4s, maybe high 3s, depending if you get a smaller floor plan, up to about mid to high 7s. So you have a really good range. Of course, this is great. This is in the afternoon. It's about 3 o'clock in July. So you get a shaded patio. Now, I'm not going to tell you you're not going to sweat. Because people always ask me about the weather here in Texas. What's it like? Right now, it's really hot. This is something that a lot of people aren't going to think about. If you spend a lot of time, you want to make sure that in the afternoons, if you spend a lot of time on the patio, it's shaded. Yes, it's 100 degrees outside. It's actually kind of pleasant on this back patio. Yeah, it's still a little warm. I'd love to get a fan installed, but it sure beats the hell out of having the sun on you. So that would be a huge bonus and something that isn't necessarily going to get thought about when you go to build a home. So there's a lot of little details to think about like that. If you have any questions about those, thinking of making the move to Celina, whether that's this North Sky community or another North Texas community, Prosper, Frisco, Aubrey, Anna, whatever it may be, reach out to me. My team and I would love to help you make a smooth move here to North Texas, help you think about those little decisions like, hey, you spend a lot of time on the back porch, let's not have it face west. Reach out to us. We'd love to help you make a smooth move, find the right home and right community for you that you're going to love. So also, like, it's gas, hook up your Blackstone, cooktop, whatever it may be. I like to grill out. I don't know if you do. So I would utilize that. I've run out of propane a couple times. Luckily, there's a gas station about 3 minutes from my house that sells propane. So it's always good. And like I said, right, it's 4 bedrooms. So of course, you're probably going to have either 1 to 2, 3 kids. You got plenty of room for the table, plus grandparents to come over and visit. You could get a leaf table for sure, add in those leaves and extra chairs. So this is super nice. I like you have the fireplace. That is harder to find, especially sub 500. It can be a little tricky sometimes. Most builders don't, not all of them, but you have, you know, great appliances. Here, your microwave, all of that, of course, brand new. Let's see if they're soft close. So That's always nice. Maybe they're not. Maybe that just closed really nice. 5-burner gas cooktop, and then vents and lights up there. So I think I showed you your pantry. I did. Really good pantry space. A lot of the homes are, like, if you've watched any of them, they're about half that. So let me know what questions you have. If you're thinking of relocating here, where are you watching from? We're going to go check out your primary bedroom right now. Get a good shot there. Fireplace, sliding glass doors. And for a 1-story, there's a lot of natural light, even with, you know, the sun is over there. So good amount of natural light. But look at this, super tall ceilings, big window here, and speakers. So you've got speakers in here, plenty enough room for the bed. Now, you know, you don't have, you know, a sitting area in the bedroom, but me personally, I don't think I'd use it. Let me know, like, would you use, like, some of the bedrooms are super big that I've toured. You've got a sitting area, it's nice and it looks aesthetically pleasing, but I just don't know if I would practically use it. So in here, this is the tile I was telling you about. I really like this tile. I think it looks super cool. You've got just a step-in shower. You back up so it doesn't echo. And little soap holder. I personally would have loved to seen another soap holder, kind of discreet right there, but still super nice. You also have your friend Mr. Spider. We'll make sure we'll get you some bug spray or something for it. And then your closet space. I bet there are 2 closets. Are there? Yes, I was about to say, that is a really small closet for one. So you have separate closets, which I like, helps keep things separate, or you may not like it. Let me know what you think, and then you're here. Now, if your lady loves to do her makeup, you are missing makeup vanity, but you could totally add it. So have it set up either in the bedroom, in here. You could totally make it work, right? If you love this floor plan, it's in a great area. You're not super far from everything. I'll overlay some map footage so you know exactly how far you are from all the major employer hubs. You know, you're 30 minutes from probably most of them, probably about 45 to about an hour if you have to go to downtown Dallas, which, again, pros and cons of this community. You're in Celina, so it's a little bit further north, but you put this exact same floor plan in Prosper or Frisco, you're probably looking at $100,000 to $200,000 more, at least, just because it's closer to everything. But Celina is growing, so you have all the growth coming up to you. So that's something to think about for sure, is right. That's locked. I wonder what's in there. It's a lot more affordable. This is a great secondary living room, could be a great home office, kids playroom. So that's one of the trade-offs you may have to consider, is not that you can't get a newer home, but getting a brand new home a lot closer to Dallas, affordability can become an issue pretty quick. And there's just not the inventory for it, right? It's already built out. So you may have to get a smaller home for that, or you may have to sacrifice driving a little bit. But let me know your thoughts on this home down below. I also have a ton of great guides if you're relocating, and that would be beneficial. So they're linked in the description. You can download them. This is one of your secondary bedrooms, and they have their ensuite bath. So I like it there, and then your full shower. So this is one of Celina's more popular neighborhoods. You have great amenities. You've got pool, park, playground, walking trails. What else am I missing? Watch the full video. I've got a full breakdown. Had a long day driving around. Went down to Dallas, then to Allen, then to Frisco, then Prosper. Now I'm in Celina, and then I have to head to Van Alstyne for an inspection. So a little fuzzy on some of the details. Brain's tired. Been a long day, but super, super great. I like this floor plan a lot. It's a big 1-story. If you're, want to avoid stairs or just like the way 1-stories, the layout flows, definitely a great option. I love that. All guests must be approved by the dog. That may be the dog. So look at that. I love the windows in the closet. Always lets in a lot of natural light. Super cool. So go from there. Oh, spam call. Hang up. There are the dogs. Let me know. You like dogs? I like dogs. So they've got some, like I'll show you. I'm going to go into this Taylor Morrison. They've got an American Legend 40-foot, and I've already toured the American Legend down there. I had someone ask me, hey, how does American Legend fare up Perry? How does it fare up to Highland Homes? I need to make a video about all the different builders. They all kind of have their own unique taste and style, and they all have their own different reputation. Now, I am not allowed to talk badly about builders, but I would not tour and show you builder homes that I do not like and would not recommend my family or myself to buy. So take that with what you will. In here, of course, this would be the garage. This is currently their construction office. You can kind of see a layout. You've got, that's your main amenity center. You've got, you know, parks, playgrounds, pool, all of that. Lawns. So you have a gated dog park. It's actually pretty neat. I missed that. So if you like your dog, the guests are approved by the dog. The guests can take your dog to the dog park. But I feel like we missed a bedroom. We're going to do another lap just to make sure you showed everything. Really like the tall ceilings. These are probably 12-foot ceilings, which reminds me a lot. Got a client under contract on a Highland home in McKinney that it has really tall ceilings like this. Tall ceilings in a one-story, one of my favorites. We did miss it. Here it is. I knew we missed it. Nope, we did hit this bedroom. Like I said, a little all over the place. But, so you have 4 beds, 3.5 baths with this extra flex space, depending how you want to use it, and pretty open layout. Now, I want to know, I always like the TV right above the fireplace, but then the room doesn't flow as good. So let me know your thoughts. Does this bother you? It doesn't bother me, but I personally like the look of the fireplace in the center than the corner better. But everyone has their own taste. I don't think it looks bad. This would not be my personal preference, but I love the sliding glass door, your backyard space. And of course, keep in mind, like the floor plan and then worry about the upgrades, because this is a model. Sometimes they have the brick because they back up to a road. If you build or buy a spec in another place, it's probably going to have a wooden fence, likely not going to have a brick. So don't let that be an immediate no. That's not a floor plan issue. That is a location issue. You could put whatever floor plan you wanted here, and it would be that. So if you have any questions about this home, this community, or moving to North Texas, reach out to me. All my contact info is below. Love to help you make a smooth move here to North Texas. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in Texas soon.